press forward in certain directions and destroy Democrats on the way. And they've done a fairly good job, I think. They did a good job with Clinton, just keeping on his tail through the whole 8 years that he was in office. And now we have Obama, and it's getting so much worse. I mean, in our state, which is not like this. I've lived here since the 1940s, and we're not like these crazy screaming people that are in our legislature now. Where is this coming from? Is it coming from this Republican plan that's growing and going on all the time, or is there frustration, or what is it, do you think? Because people are rude, totally rude. I mean, and they treat Obama like he's some piece of garbage that they can just ignore. Is it racism? I mean, that's what I think it is. I think it's latent racism, and the thought that somebody like that can get in and tell me what to do, you know, is really, it's terrible. And then at the same time, all these gun laws coming to the fore. We have an armed populace. I mean, I read that column in the Tribune from the lady said she was in the hearing about the guns, and she asked for an example of where you would tell somebody that you were packing heat. Well, if I were in line with my family at a movie and some kids were using tough language, and I asked them to stop, and there was any blowback, I might say, well, I'm packing a gun. Well, can you imagine that? I mean, that's just absurd.
It's a society of intimidation. That's not a society I want to live in, you know?
Well, no, it's not. I can't imagine it. I mean,
I think it comes back.
The prevailing religion here is Christianity and kindness. It's not this. Where is it coming from?
I think it's reckless. I think it's, you know, they're looking for an election, and we need to look beyond that. It's not about, you know, who wins the next election. It's about doing the right thing for our country. And I really think it's reckless. These 13 anti-federal government bills that we're telling everybody that the federal government is no good. Yeah, sometimes the federal government overreaches and we should push back, but they are the federal government. You know, it's the same government that is that flag that they wear on their lapels, and you know, and there's a role for the federal government.
Same government that has our military that they don't want to ever cut a dime from or waste. And I just want to say, we all know that in Utah, the Republican Party has had carte blanche for as long as they can. They are going back after the power. I mean, I've been in discussions with Dave Hansen. I've been in, you know, it's funny how, well, Rob, I'll talk to you here and blah, 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 but we're doing this. It's not about, it's just, people think, you know, you can either get emotion or you can get people to think logical. Juries are now trying to keep liberals off of juries. Why? They don't want them thinking. They want them to get emotional about issues. They want them to, you know, to react to the emotion of it. And this is, I think that Senator McAdams has hit the nail on the head about recklessness. Recklessness. I mean, do we need another 9/11 to come together? I sure hope not. But look at the filibusters that are being, you know, that are being run now, and look at the party of no is even the party of no in Utah. The Democrats are not getting their bills. Some are, but really a lot of good bills like that Medicare card. I thought it was Medicaid, but it was Medicare. Medicare. Thank you. See, you guys got to keep me straight. It is voter suppression. It's voter suppression. But they're going after the wrong group of voters to try to suppress, and they will stand up.
I just want to know, what are the important bills that the Dems are running this session? What bills have the Dems proposed this session?
I wish I knew most of them were killed in committee.
Right, but what are they killed in committee?
You know, since I was sworn in, like I said, a month and a day ago, my bills are still being drafted. So in the legislature, they do bills on a first-come, first-served basis. So mine are still being drafted. I have one that came out yesterday, which is it's a Salt Lake County issue, so I won't bore you with the details, but about this school district equalization where money was taken from Salt Lake City to fund the Jordan School District split. So I have a bill on that.
And what's your stand on that?
Well, what my stand is that's taxation without representation. Salt Lake City School District is paying $7 million a year to Jordan, and we have no way to know where that money's going, to know how it's being spent. So what I've asked is for the Jordan School District to come back and report first report how it's being spent, and secondly, report what they're doing to increase efficiency and mitigate the need for that money. Because we need to know where our money's going. And then the other thing I do with it is to make that proposal, since it is a big proposal and it's $7 million a year, which is a lot of money for Salt Lake City taxpayers, to make it subject to the legislature's review and reauthorization. So the legislature is going to come back and look at it every few years and say, is it serving the function that it's supposed to serve? Does it make sense? So that's my proposal.
Have you been able to identify the list the secret list that's not so secret up there that the governor's office runs of the must-have, must-kill bills?
I haven't. No, I'd love to.
How about you, Neil?
You know, can I just take a few minutes?
Hell no.